start with the good of that long touchdown run. Just like kind of walk me through what you saw start to finish on that.
I mean, I just had like a simple over route, caught the ball, and I just take off the field, and I see a great block by TJ Moore. He's the main reason why I scored that sack and scored that win.
What's it like when you're in the open field like that? You haven't had injuries, so what's that feeling like when the offense needed something like that?
I mean, it's great to just be able to, I guess, help the team out in the best way you can. Just take those, those short balls, and get the yards after catch, and just start taking off and running down the field.
Obviously, you're not feeling fantastic right now. Maybe just emotionally, what's the locker room feel like? How are you feeling in this moment right now?
Yeah, I mean, no one feels great after a loss. You just got to take it to the chin and move on. So that's one of the things that we're going to have to work on. We're going to go in there this week, next week, see what we did wrong, see what we can improve, and then just look forward to the next game. This game's now in the past. Can't go back and change anything. So, emotions aside, we just got to keep playing.
You guys are used to receiving everyone's A game. 1 and 2, not y'all's A game. How close do you think you are to doing that on the field?
I mean, we're real close. Those 2 games we lost, it all came down to one score. So at the end of the game, it all comes down to one play. I felt like I didn't make those plays that we needed to be made in order to help us finish, but that's something that I really need to work on, is just being that guy whenever it comes down to those close games.
What happened on that play? Did you just take your eyes off the ball there on that third down?
Yeah, I mean, just not focused enough, just go straight to my face.
Can you put your finger on why the offense starts slow? I still started slow. Can you figure out, is there something you think y'all can do to that?
You just gotta really just go out there with confidence, go out there with the mentality that it's a game-winning drive every time. And I feel like once we get in the motion, get in the motion of the game, that's when we really start to open up. But we just really gotta go out there starting off with confidence, starting off hot.
Your immediate emotions maybe when the Storm's getting rushed and you guys are just having to walk off devastated?
I'm sorry,
just your emotions of the field's rushed. What are you thinking in that moment, experiencing that on the opposite end of the ACC championship?
Yeah, I mean, the ACC championship, it's a great feeling whenever you're going rushing. But, I mean, that kicker made a heck of a kick. And as soon as it went in, it's like, we lost. Just go over, do the alma mater, head to the locker room, talk about what happened, and just go on to next week's game.
What you see on the touchdown catch, the cross the catch and turn upfield and just kind of blow by him?
Yeah, I mean, I just saw a great block by TJ Moore. As soon as I turned upfield, I saw a great block by him, so I was like, I'm just going to run past him, and he got his guy, and that's all I needed.
Ryan, obviously, the 73-yard touchdown, but it feels like explosive plays have been harder to come by for this offense so far compared to a year ago. What do you think that is?
I think it's just, not focused. I mean, those explosive plays, they're there. We just got to capitalize on them. Just catch those balls. Just get open in those routes, even though we're open. We just got to be able to finish those plays.
Now that you're sitting where you are, do you think maybe not having the pressure of that was all kind of there at the start of the season on, now that's kind of gone away, maybe you guys can play looser and freer now?
I mean, it shouldn't matter what the exceptions are or expectations are for us. We need to go out there and play like Clemson. And so I think we're going to keep playing like Clemson, whether if that's, being the team that finishes every game. That's what Clemson is, and that's what we haven't been, but that's what we're going to continue to strive for. Standards still the same, just no matter who or what the expectations are.
Why do you believe this team can make a run through the rest of the season and still be around at the end and possibly do something?
Because these guys are resilient. No one here gave up till the last play. Even when we were down 10, we all came back. Especially last week against Troy, we were down. We came back. Y'all see it. Y'all know that each game has been close. Just 1 or 2 plays, and we're 3-0. But so that's what we gotta just work on, is finishing. As soon as we get those little things down, we're gonna be one of the best teams in the nation.
How do you guys deal with some of the negativity that's inevitably going to come now that you are 1-2? Like you said, it could be 3-0, but you're 1-2. So I guess how do you deal with kind of the outside noise?
Just focus on Clemson. That's about it.
Thank you.